Jason Arday is dead. He was 41. He was the youngest Black professor in the history of the University of Cambridge. He resigned 9 days ago after weeks of public dismantling that began not with the university investigation, but with a researcher known for his anti-DEI positions. He was found dead in his London home on Friday, August 14th. His family called it a campaign of harassment, while Cambridge just wrote, desperately saddened. I call it what it is, an epistemicide, and the wretched, predictable arithmetic of what happens when Black excellence is allowed to exist only provisionally. I want to be careful and precise here, because precision is the least I owe him. I'm not going to litigate the plagiarism allegations in this post. That's not the point, and frankly, it was never really the point of how this played out either. The point is the machinery. The point is what gets activated, how fast, and against whom. Let's do a comparison. Neri Oxman, MIT professor married to billionaire Bill Ackman, was found to have plagiarized multiple paragraphs of her dissertation and dozens more passages across her published work. Her husband called the mistakes part of what makes her human. She kept her reputation, her platform, her standing, and no resignation, no collapse. Consider Claudine Gay, Harvard's first Black president, faced a strikingly similar citation issues. The same man who defended his wife spent months publicly building the case that Gay's errors were disqualifying. Serious plagiarism issues, quote unquote. That meant she shouldn't remain on faculty at all. He won. She resigned. Jason Arday, the youngest Black professor Cambridge has ever had, a man who didn't speak until 11, didn't read or write until 18, and built a career that should have been an unambiguous testament to what's possible, resigned under scrutiny campaign that began with an ideologically motivated actor, watched the story metastasize into tabloid spectacle, and is now dead within 9 days of stepping down. Same infraction, wildly different verdicts, and only one of these three people is not alive to see how their story ends. This is what Freire meant by the pedagogy of the oppressed, that the oppressor doesn't just control resources, they control the terms of legitimacy itself, deciding in real time who gets to be flawed and human versus who gets to be evidence. This is what Fanon named in The Wretched of the Earth. The violence isn't only in the act, it's in the structure that makes the act inevitable, and then calls it neutral, procedural, an investigation, quote unquote. And this is epistemicide in its purest form, not just a discrediting of a man, but the message sent to every Black scholar watching that your accolades, your firsts, your brilliance are not your armor. They are kindling. You can be the youngest. You can be the first. You can overcome what should have made a career impossible and build one anyway. And it will not protect you. It was never designed to. I do this work, decolonial research, narrative strategy, epistemic justice, because this is the pattern, not the exception. I'm gutted by the news of Arday's death. Black knowledge production is tolerated, celebrated even, right up until it becomes inconvenient, and then the same institutions that platformed it lead the charge to bury it. We have to stop being surprised by this. We have to start building the infrastructure, the care, the legal defense, the narrative counterpower before the next Jason Arday, because there will be a next one, unless we make it structurally impossible. Rest in power, Professor Arday. I am so sorry.